My friends, in the beginning, God made the world, it was good, and he made man, and man was good. But I don't remember hearing anything about God making barons on the morning of the seventh day and serfs in the afternoon. The only difference I ever heard of was that some of us are women, for which much thanks. No. When Adam delved and Eve span, who was then the gentleman? God made the fields and the trees, but he didn't say, I make this field for Lord Muck, and I make that tree for his lady wife. As far as God was concerned, everything was held for everybody. For hundreds of years we have paid taxes. And what have we got out of them? Only an iron glove in the gut. Now I ask you, who said? Whose law is it?
The time, 1381. The place, England.
One man.
The man, John Ball, preacher, whom some called mad.
You are very much a dog.
You are going to curse the day you were born, boy.
I have already, many times.
I think maybe you need a little learning.
First, a little correction. Here, Jack, here. The law says you're not free to come and go as you please. And the law says more. The law says you own nothing but your own stomach.
Medieval society was divided into two classes, the free and the unfree. By far the larger part of the society was the unfree, a class known as serfs. They were the personal property of their lords, and it is said they owned nothing but their stomachs. In the Middle Ages, a man's wealth was determined by the measure of land he owned. His rights were determined by his status, and his status was determined by his birth. There was no escape.
My friends, God helps those who help themselves. Unless we bring God's law into our land, we will be ruled by devils. We, the true commons, must make God's law. We build the castles, but who looks out of the windows? We pick the grapes, but who drinks the wine? This is our land, and we must take it. We must build a great society where men are born free, live free, work for whom they will, where they will, free of humiliation, free of poverty, free of forced labor, free of the rich.
The late 14th century was a time when great issues were being debated, great ideals cherished. The feudal system showed signs of strain. In 1381, the English peasants challenged the existing order in what was to become the first collision between capital and labor. A peasants' revolt was detonated by the imposition of a poll tax. In this instance, a tax of 1 shilling levied on the entire population over the age of 15. Beggars excepted. For the rich, a shilling was a mere trifle. For the peasant, it represented as much as a month's earnings.
Work harder.
It's more than we can afford. It's as much as we earn in a month.
Indeed. You look fat enough. Maybe I could boil you down and sell you a soap if you don't pay up. Truly, I've not seen the likes of you before. Nor of you, little girl. Come here, girl.
Let her go.
Let her alone. Aye. There are those present who wouldn't and don't, I'm sure. Such beauty cannot go unnoticed, undetected, unmolested. Am I alone to leave her untouched, unnoticed? Not only do I want
Let her go. Stop that.
Who speaks?
Our father.
So, a serf commands me to let her go. You will pay twice, I think. You will pay the poll tax and you will pay for your insolence.
Go.
First, give me your money. Secondly, smile. You are too grudging. That's better. Yes. Yes. Yes!
Pass the word! Go to Tyler! Tell him we are ready!
In the late Middle Ages, England had a reputation throughout Europe for extremism in the conduct of its government. A tedious and expensive war with France had made the ordinary Englishman hostile towards authority. Certainly, when the tax commissioners were assaulted, centuries of bitterness welled up and overflowed. The preacher, John Ball, was radical, subversive.
And God shall wipe away their tears, and there shall be no more death, neither weeping nor pain, for the former times have passed away.
But the man who led the rebellion was Wat Tyler, formerly a soldier. His first act was to destroy court records wherever he found them, in the manors, in the abbeys.
Let me show you how to repeal a law or two. I want every document in this building. Now hear this! Let might help right! Let the people speak!
The peasants marched to London. They wanted the king to hear their plea. The king was Richard II, and in 1381 he was only 14 years old. But king he certainly was. To the peasants, he was a personification of justice. He was, they believed, the divine instrument of God's will. They acknowledged his absolute authority and his alone. Tyler asked to see him in person.
What did he say? You know what'll happen if he doesn't come, don't you? I can guess. Your family, that's what.
You'll have to come. There are so many of us.
That's too many.
The king was popular with the peasants, but his counselors were anything but. To be born a serf was, the church taught, the price of original sin. And the church, which owned a third of the country's land, maintained, yes, all men were free and equal before God, but only before God. Not before the nobility, not before the manor courts. The peasants wanted to change these ideas dramatically. Only the king could authorize it. And they believed he would, if he was allowed to.
Here they come. Keep it simple, Wat. To the point.
There they are. Say something, Richard. They won't hear me. We're too far away. Order them to get closer.
I don't advise it. I really don't. Now! Now's your chance, now!
Sirs? Sirs! Can you hear me?
He's saying something. Louder, Your Majesty! Much louder!
What is it you want?
That was pretty obvious. They want our heads. Now they've seen us, let's go.
Come ashore! Come ashore! Come ashore! Come
I want a word with the Archbishop.
I can see that ticketing ball there. Oh, yes. He would be there.
First, tell me what you want. Tell me what you want to say. Is there anything we have in common?
You are the common! You have the common!
I think they're rather touching. Let's meet them.
Question. We cannot go ashore. Categorically not. Who knows what might happen?
I think you know, don't you?
But I am your Chancellor, Your Majesty.
And I am their king!
Come ashore, all of you!
It's not my clothes that smell. It's me.
Come ashore! Come ashore! Come ashore!
Take time, Richard. They're a rabble. They brought nothing with them. They have no food. Therefore, let them go. You make the laws. You can break them. Your privilege.
Let's go back, Your Majesty. I will be late for hospital.
The meeting had been a dismal failure. The peasants had not expected such an early disappointment.
Now's our chance. They're leaving. Come on, shoot them down! No! The Countess killing a king. We need a constitution. True, our constitution. But we still need a king. You let him go for the time being.
What? You will be our king, and I your Archbishop.
The rebellion had been impulsive, spontaneous. Tyler was not in command of an organized army and was getting impatient.
May you tell the king? We have a meeting tomorrow at Mile End. I'll be there, that's a promise. Word of a gentleman.
But if he doesn't come in person, I'll burn London. Simple. Word of a gentleman.
The next day, Tyler and the king were to meet face to face. The king's advisors had no plan other than to play for time. They therefore advised the king to deal with the peasants in a manner that was both conciliatory and deceitful. The king was, after all, the only weapon the council possessed. They made sure he did all the talking. The peasants were in a position of power, but they were not yet in control.
Tyler?
Majesty.
Tell me. What must we do? What do you want from us? We must preserve the peace, don't you think? Do you have a formula?
Yes.
Tell me.
We want the abolition of serfdom throughout our kingdom. No more discrimination, no more stigma.
I understand. Next.
Well, serfs no longer being serfs, they will be free tenants. We will pay an annual 4p an acre for our holdings.
4p per acre.
Yes. We want an end to all restrictions on buying and selling. We want to smash the monopolies on beer and bread, for instance.
Is there more?
Well, there have, of course, been a number of incidents over the last few days. Absolutely justifiable, of course. Perhaps we could reach an agreement about a general amnesty.
We need clerks. They are to write charters.
20?
30.
What about the wording?
Your Majesty, we have something already prepared.
Oh, yes.
Know that by our special grace we have manumitted. That means freed.
I know what it means! I'm not stupid!
All our liege and singular subjects and others of the country, wherever they may be, freed each and all of their old bondage, made them quit by these presents, pardon them of all felonies, treasons and transgressions and extortions committed by any and all of them, and assure them of our summa pax. For your information, highest peace.
I like it. Well, that should do the trick.
One more thing.
More?
We want to bring all traitors to yourself.
For what purpose?
We want to execute them.
Who are they?
They're... Your Majesty, they've betrayed you.
Yes.
We have a list. They're enemies of the people.
If it can be proved that they are traitors, then they will be arrested and punished by law.
I repeat, they are enemies of the people.
As Tyler spoke, the executions had already commenced. In particular, the peasants required the death of the Archbishop, Simon Sudbury.
God, Doro. Punctuality is the pride of princes. Omne sancti, orate pro nobis.
There he is. Get him.
Pray for us.
Sudbury, you're a traitor and an embezzler.
I am the Archbishop, and I am Chancellor of England.
Exactly.
By whose authority do you come here?
By the authority of John Bull, and we have the King's authority.
Nonsense.
Take him, and the others.
No violence, please. Not here. Anywhere else.
Friends, we have today a great opportunity if we care to take it. We can cast off the yoke we have borne so long and gain the freedom we have always desired. Therefore, be of good courage. Be like the wise husbandman of the Scriptures who gathered the wheat into his barn but uprooted and burned the tares that had half choked the good grain. The cares of England are the oppressive rulers, and the time of harvest is here and now. A time to pluck up and burn them all, the evil lords, the unjust judges, the lawyers, all men dangerous to the common good. Only then shall we have peace in the present and security in the future. For when the great ones are cast down, all men will enjoy equal freedom. All men will be of the same rank, nobility, and power.
The King's Council was in a state of panic. If the peasants' demands were implemented, nothing would be left either of or for the establishment. If they killed Tyler, therefore, they had nothing to lose, because if he lived, all would be lost.
I want to see the Tyler. Make all the necessary arrangements.
Good afternoon, Your Majesty. Won't you shake hands? We are comrades, you and I.
Your people are still here, Tyler. They have their charters. Now they must go home.
Your Majesty, charters are not all they want.
You demand more.
All church lands are to be taken and divided among the people. No one's above the law. No one. Understood? All game laws be revoked, and I repeat my former claim.
It is hardly necessary.
Then we are agreed. To hell with that. Let's have some real stuff. Some ale. You and I ought to celebrate. You shall keep your 15.
Tyler, you're a thief and a robber.
Who said that?
You're a lout, Tyler. An ignorant lout.
You said that again, I'll have your head.
You're a pig-faced lout, Tyler. And a cheat and a liar.
Come here! You would presume to dispense justice before the king, Tyler?
Everyone in Kent knows that you're just a jumped-up yokel.
The king's plea dumbfounded the peasants. Only 10 days after the revolt had first started, their leader was lost. And without him, so was their challenge. Dispirited, they returned home.
Now, by your actions, Jack, your body has foregone the privilege of a resting place. So what remains of great Jack Straw? His soul? And what of his soul? Surely it is eternally damned and without solace? That is perhaps a little hard. Now, I'm prepared to make you an offer entirely to your own advantage. You listening, Jack? In exchange for a confession, we will give your soul a little care.
The peasants' leaders were not likely to be forgiven. They were rounded up, tortured, and then executed. Shortly before being limb from limb, Jack Straw confessed.
Jack, you are going to die.
You have broken my hands. Not much else. How then will I sign?
Oh, we can fix that in a jiffy. We have a clerk. Now, Jack, in your own words, tell us.
At Blackheath, we decided to summon the king and put to death all the knights and their lackeys.
Retainers.
All the gentlefolk who were with him.
And then?
Take the king.
Where?
From place to place. Show him to the people, so they would believe he led the rebellion.
Is that supposed to be funny? You can't be serious.
And seriously, to kill all the lords, and then the king, and all the landowners, the bishops, the monks, the rectors.
And who, pray, was going to celebrate the masses?
The friars.
That's most interesting. Do go on.
And then, when there was no one greater, or stronger, or wiser than we were, we would make laws that all men would respect. Create our own kings. But Tyler was assassinated.
Slain, not assassinated. It was hardly assassination. Well, Jack, that should do very well. Very well indeed, thank you. Let's finish it, shall we? These were our intentions, and may God help my departure from this life. Signed, Jack Straw. Well, Jack, that is about it. Time to pass you on to the next life, where I hope you will have better fortune, though I doubt it. Call the priest.
The Peasants' Revolt of 1381 solved little. The revolutionary ideology had little effect because its supporters had no real political power. The feudal system slowly disintegrated during the 15th and 16th centuries as feudalism gave way to systems of trade and commerce. During the Middle Ages, basic human rights were denied to the majority of the people. In the centuries that followed, Western civilization claimed back most of them. The democratic process replaced the feudal system. And today, it would seem that it is the minorities, rather than the majorities, who cry out against the iron glove in the gut.